There's a bunch of you here already. Um, Today is Monday. It's Columbus Day, or whatever we call it now, Indigenous Peoples Day. And there's a lot of tension in the air. So welcome. Have any of you voted yet? Early voting. Get the vote out early. I hope you had a great weekend. Everybody's here. Everyone's in the house. The energy's just weird. I don't have any way to qualify that. It's just it feels the energy's just weird. Are you guys with me? You know what I mean? I wrote a song. I'm gonna play it when there's more people here. Meanwhile, yeah, early voting hasn't started in Massachusetts yet either. Somebody in the chat told me it's October 19th. They looked it up for me. Donald Trump shouldn't be running for president of the United States. Can we just start there? Sandy's saying she felt off all day. The energy's just weird. What I would like for us to do tonight is put in the chat, and we'll tell the others when they arrive, what you love about America. Because I think that would be a good thing for us to do tonight. You can put other things in the chat too. We have dad jokes, we have people saying hi to one another, telling me the weather report and all that. The things that you love about America. All right, we'll tell the others when they show up. What do you love about America? I'll start. Apple pie. Freedom. Donald Trump should not be running for president of the United States. This is the fault of the Supreme Court. This is the fault of the illegitimate criminal Supreme Court that's completely bought and paid for by dark money. And a lot of it is white supremacist based. Michael's feeling out of sorts. Yeah, it may be astrological too. It's a lot. We have so much coming at us all at once. I mean, I was just listening a little bit to Brian Tyler Cohen. It was a few days old. It was about Jack Smith and Tanya Chutkin and all that. In the midst of that, we had those two horrific hurricanes during that whole time. And we have Trump just full on. He thinks he's still Mussolini. Just so you know. Warren, why'd you retract the things that you love about America? Thank you, Cheryl. I cleaned up today. Yeah, I just washed my hair. I needed a refresh. Yeah, you can put up the things that you love about America. Trump is going full on. I mean, I told you he was Mussolini in a past life. I mean, and you can just take a minute right now and just Google Mussolini pictures. And you can see it. And we have people in our Congress that are in cahoots with Putin. And then last week we also found out that Bob Woodward was coming out with the book War. I don't know if it's out yet. Hey, Michelle. I don't know if it's out yet, but is the book out yet? The Bob Woodward book called War? Hey, Thomas. And we found out, which I've been saying all along, which I mentioned several times, that Donald Trump has been in cahoots with Putin after he left office for the past 7 years. The same is true for Netanyahu. And that's a violation of the, Lauren, is it the Logan Act? He's broken every law there is. Oh, so Lori ordered the book and it'll be there Thursday. Okay, so it might be on Audible. I like to listen to books. Bob Woodward's book. The Logan Act of 17 99. And so now Trump is going full on. Thank you, Warren. Trump is going full on. He's going to have citizens. He's going to turn the United States military on its own citizens and start arresting people that he doesn't like, that don't like him. And you know, the migrants, the immigrants, he wants mass deportation right away. He's talking about violence. They're planning a coup. It's pretty obvious. It's all right there. They are not hiding it. J.D. Vance, over the weekend, I saw a couple clips, maybe you did too, I'm sure you did, of him saying, refusing to say that Donald Trump lost the election. We have Steve Miller, Goebbels, we talked about that. A lot of what we're dealing with, just because I read past lives, and I'll just tell you, a lot of what we're dealing with is like Trump was Mussolini, is souls who have incarnated that didn't quite die in a settled way. I'll just put it that way. A lot of souls that are reincarnated from that time period about 100 years ago. Less than 100 years ago. But Trump was born in 1944 or 45, I have to look it up. And that was, Mussolini died a couple years before that. Anyway. And a lot of the MAGAs are reincarnated Confederate soldiers. So Mussolini died in 1943, and I think Trump was born in 1946. So you saw a man with a t-shirt with J.D. Vance looking like Chucky the doll, looking like J.D. Vance. I posted that today. That was funny. Kamala's birthday is coming soon. I thought she had her birthday. Okay, so Trump was born 1946. Mussolini died 1943. So he had a little time to float out around there in the ethers, and decided to come back. And he should have done better, and he did worse. And he's full on delusional, and he's full on threatening to attack the United States. And he's turning it around to make it sound like that we are the threat. Anybody who's for democracy is being pointed to as that we're the threat. We were here first! Dad joke, what do witches use to do their hair in October? Scare spray. I like it. Witches aren't scary. Anyhow. It's unbelievable. That's a lot of people. Now the thing that's so terrifying about it is it's not like Putin didn't do what Trump is threatening to do. Yeah, Trump is getting pointers from Putin. I have known that all along. During I'm not saying I knew or nobody else knew. Gosh, it's like, let's get into some psychic impressions here. I knew that all along during the Black Lives Matter protests. Especially when he went out there and held the Bible upside down, a sign of the demonic. And that's why he says Russia, 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 because he turns it into, oh, you're picking on me. Oh, you're picking on me. So Kamala's birthday is October 20th. Oh, yeah, that's right. We talked about that, I think. So, I don't know, you guys. I think we really need to hang together. I think we need to do whatever we can. We have to hit it really hard. We have to join up with Simon Rosenberg, with phone banking groups, with postcarding groups. There's still time to postcard. November 5th is going to be here really soon. So J.D. Vance is not saying it's really weird how they refuse to say that Donald Trump lost the election. What's the big deal? There's a winner, there's a loser. And as we all know, the big deal is they need to be able to say that we cheated. Now, let me just remind everybody, because it bears repeating, even though we already know this, Voter fraud was never a thing in the United States of America. It was never a substantial thing. It was never an issue. It was never a problem. So they're making solutions for a problem that didn't exist. The same is true for these abortion bans. They're making solutions, their so-called solutions, to a problem that didn't exist. Prior to Roe being overturned, women had health care. Prior to the loser coming onto the political stage, we just voted, and then whoever got the most votes won, and that was it. We never had all these problems until Putin infiltrated the United States of America, because this would be the jewel in his crown. Putin wants nothing more than to take over the United States of America. And now we're hearing people say, Trumpsters say, oh, thanks, Thomas. I got this in Salem years ago. People are actually saying at Trump rallies that they would vote for Putin. And I said a couple months ago, a vote for Trump is a vote for Putin. And what Putin wants is the Russian Federation of America. Okay? Okay? That's my little synopsis of what's going on. And there's more. Now here's the other thing. We're going to get out in huge numbers. We're going to have a huge blue tsunami wave. That's all in place. I know they're saying that the polls are really tight, but you know, that's what mainstream media does. I mentioned the other day that I watched The View a little bit, just a few clips that were on YouTube, and it's driving me crazy that they're treating this like a race. That we're at the point right now where everyone should be blowing the horn. Everyone should be blowing the trumpet about Trump. Trump is full on threatening a fascistic, how do you say, a fascist takeover, that's a hard word to say, of the United States of America. Also over the weekend, there was an incredible bust in, I believe it was Texas, that these armed men were attempting to go into the venue where Trump was having a rally. I need to tell you where it was. You've got to watch this. It is a miracle that we didn't have a bloody mess on our hands. I'm looking for I did post it. Hang on one second. This is important. Oh, first let me show you Chucky. In case you missed it. In case you missed it. This is Tony Michaels. He has a podcast. JD Fans. I mean, we shouldn't laugh. It's pretty serious. Rose, you're so funny. You're saying where I don't watch TV. I don't even have a TV. I don't even own a TV. Maybe you're not talking to me. Trump rally arrest press conference. This was from yesterday, I believe. Yes, it was from yesterday. Apparently there was a Trump rally, and it was in Riverside County. Is that Texas? Hang on. I'm wondering where this was. I think is Riverside County in Texas? Is anybody here in Texas? No, this is California. No, this is California. I see it now. Riverside County of California. So Trump was having a rally, that's right, because it was in Coachella, and he left all the people. There's a conference here. Okay, so that sheriff, bless his dear heart, and I mean that in the most nicest way. God bless him. He and his team vetted the people coming into the rally, and another man with near a Trump rally got caught with guns today. Yeah, sorry. It's California. They had arms, they had guns, and their passports or whatever they were using for ID was suspicious, and they arrested these guys. And that's what we're up against right now. The other thing that I want to mention is that apparently there was a Trump boat rally in Florida. I guess that part of Florida didn't get hit by the hurricanes. Laura Trump and Eric Trump and a whole bunch of them were out doing a boat rally, and guess what flags they were flying? SWAT stickers. They're right out there in the open, and they're saying, we are Nazis. They're just saying it. They were Republicans that went in with the guns. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. Oh, Harris and Walter are running ads in Canada? Advising Americans there to vote. Oh yeah, good. That's awesome. Thank you, Canada. We love Canadians. Anyway, there's so much. I'm going to get to the cards in a moment. Yeah, a former manure farm for his rally at Coachella. Right, exactly. What were the armed men planning on doing? Well, we can just leave that to your imagination, but they were ready to start shooting. How is this allowed to go on? That's my question. So yeah, there was a Trump boat rally, and the white supremacists joined the Trumpsters with the Trump flags. Laura Trump, Eric Trump. So they're full on Nazis. I mean, and their philosophy of Nazism is being touted. Anyway, we're gonna do a group hug. Many Americans are not living in America. Meanwhile, in the Kamala Harris and Tim Walz camp, we have normal America, right? I was asking people earlier, put in the chat things that you love about America. Just a word or two. Okay, we have group hug time. Let's line up our show for right now. We have group hug time. I wrote a brand new song called Dangerous Fences that I'm going to play for you. And we have readings, and we have a teacup. And I'm going to do all this in an hour. So, what should I do first? A group hug? Under a fascist regime that's like Kim Jong-un's, tell all your friends, because a lot of people don't know. That's what Trump wants. We lose everything. Absolutely everything. Okay, somebody's saying they want to hear the song first. Let's do a group hug first. There's a price on Trump's head. Iran wants him assassinated. We gotta hold it together, everybody. And on that topic of holding it together, holding yourself together, I switched Church of Spirituality back to this channel. So make sure you watch, because it's gonna calm you down. It really will. I promise. I'm just the channel. I have a channel, but I'm a channel. All right. Let's do a group hug that our law enforcement agencies and our military, because they swear an oath to protect America from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Let's just do a group hug that our government is getting, and our military is getting a handle on what is happening behind the scenes. There's a lot happening behind the scenes with the planning of the coup. Okay? Also, hi Kalani, haven't seen you in a while. Also, I can't even believe I haven't heard really anything about Florida, about the storm ravaged areas, and I mean, it's just the stories go in and out of the news so fast. So, I know Kamala's going to do an interview on Fox, and all the MAGAs are all upset. All the MAGAs are just looking for reasons to be offended. Okay, so that we stay safe, that our government is on top of things, and also to pray for the people in the wreckage of the storms. 1, 2, 3. We really have to know that we are safe. We can't be having people treating this like a regular presidential election. That has to stop. Hello, mainstream media. Song first or pulling cards first? I'll pull some cards. It's getting closer to the time. Song. People are saying song. All right. Okay. I'll do the song first. We have 2 songs, 2 votes for songs, 2 votes for cards first. We're at a tie. Who wants to break the tie? It doesn't matter. I'm going to do both. You say numbers are going in the upward direction. My numbers? That's good. Okay. Cards wins because I'm going to do both. I'm just going to do some cards first. Cards first. I have the Halloween tarot. I've got a couple Halloween tarot. I think I want to use. Remember these from last year, you guys? We have like history together. You were here last year when I had these cards. What are you asking? Will the annex release put Dumpy in the hospital? The annex release? I don't know what that doesn't. I don't understand that question. Will Kamala Harris get stronger while election day gets close? Yes. Kamala Harris is knocking it out of the park. I am not worried about Kamala Harris not winning at all. They've already won this thing. Don't I have some witchy cards too? I have these witchy cards. I have a few decks. All right, I'll read on 2 things and then I'll play my song. And the song was written for the MAGA people. You know, those MAGA people that want to vote for Putin. I wish somebody would sit them down and tell them what Putin has done to human beings. What's Thomas saying? Did anyone see this 1,000 long golf carts in Florida at the villages going to deliver their ballots? I did not. They're voting for Harris. That's what I heard. Okay, I'm going to... Well, these cards are a little bit mixed up. I'm going to pull 3 cards on Trump, who's really lost his mind, and he looks terrible. His makeup's all off. In fact, I saw just a little bit from a distance. I had my phone on, you know, like it was kind of at a distance, and I didn't have my glasses on at the time, and I saw Trump being interviewed by Maria Bartiromo, and at a glance, I didn't know it was Trump. I was like, who's that old guy that looks all haggard and awful? It was him. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about the state of him. Mixing it up with the Halloween cards. Yes, media is not covering the ground game. I totally agree. Trump looks terrible. He didn't even look like himself. And he's getting, I think, a sign of the dementia is he's getting really violent. Is the violence rhetoric, is it his dementia? I'm getting yes. 45 is dying in front of her eyes, Evelyn's saying. I kind of feel like, okay, let's ask, is he dying in front of our eyes? Yeah, he's not well. Last week, after I left you all on Friday, when we finished up PNN, over the weekend I was like just tuning in like clairvoyantly, just like, wow, he's very, very sick from the inside. I'm pulling cards. I'm just, blah, blah, blah tonight. This is how Trump is feeling. As if to put an exclamation on the point that I was making, that he feels terrible. I feel like he's very sick. Cards? Are you writing cards on purpose? I thought you were making fun of my accent. 8 of Pentacles. There are people around Trump that are telling him, you're going to win, you're going to win, you're going to win. And that they're constantly telling him, you're going to win, you're going to win. Meantime, he's out there got his rallies threatening all of us. Give me a break. Evelyn saying you had to step out of his energy, it made you sick. Well, you don't have to go into his energy. It's just part of my job. The Temperance, yeah. There's. I just see people around Trump that are just going, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. So he's really hearing that. He's physically sick. I keep getting that he might be throwing up. Yeah, we definitely need to start a petition. I agree with that. Okay, so this is how Trump is feeling. It's so funny. It's exactly what I was thinking. And then I pulled the card. The Eight of Pentacles. People around him are working very hard, trying to convince him that he's going to make it through. I remember that I really love these cards. These are fun. Let's ask this. Are we slated to win this in a landslide? Are we slated to win this in a landslide? That might be the wrong question. Okay. Energetically, yeah, Trump looks green, right? Trump looks green, just like that card. He looks green. Excuse me. Okay. Are the numbers on the Harris? Well, yes, the numbers are on our side. The numbers are definitely strongly on our side. So, and I said it before too, and we want to win this in October, not November 5th. Everybody, tell everybody, get out there and early vote. And if you need to convince somebody who's on the fence, I don't know how they could be, if you need to convince somebody who's like, well, I might vote for Trump, I can't imagine having a person like that in my life, but that's God's grace, I guess. But they have to know what fascism is. They have to know what Hitler did. This is the reason that they're always trying to make children Holocaust deniers, because by keeping them away from history. What's with his squinched eye? His eyes are always squinched. Okay. Michael retracted his comment. Was it a bad word or something? Let's read on JD. I'm tempted to take out the nefarious cards, but we'll stick with these for the moment. Less ick. Yes, we need to prepare as Democrats for a loss to stay safe. Exactly. I thought I was kind of saying that. I didn't really say it, but I was thinking it. Yes, he's basically telling us we're in danger. Yeah, Annie, Kamala, I heard Kamala's birthday was the 20th. Yes, okay. Kamala will win by a huge margin. All right, let's pull 3 cards about J.D. Vance. So anyway, I was saying a little bit earlier that they got on the weekend shows, and it's the weirdest thing. I was talking about it on Friday here, where they just won't answer the question. Did Trump lose the election in 2020? Well, all that, what do they bring up, like, that we're trying to suppress them from speaking. And MAGA Mike, I mean, they're just giving the game away. I don't even know why they go on these shows. I really don't. Will the National Guard be at ballot count places? Months ago, I saw the election having a huge military protective presence. Yeah, I heard Kamala's birthday is the 20th, so that's going to be on Sunday. She'll have a good birthday. J.D. Vance. He's still trying to build his case, and he still has his grandfather's spirit on his shoulder, who's just admonishing him. J.D. Vance knows that he is no match for Kamala Harris and Walz, for one thing. He knows that he's just really, the Queen of Cups comes up. Remember, the Halloween cards, Kamala doesn't look like that, but Queen of Cups represents Kamala. The Two of Pentacles is J.D. Vance just trying to keep his balance. And the Three of Wands. They are definitely engaged in planning the coup. J.D. Vance has got his mind on, this is what I've been picking up lately. MAGAs have their minds. The MAGAs in Congress, the insurrectionists that were part of the insurrection. Can't even believe this is happening, I know. Their minds are on the coup. Their minds are on the coup. They're just saying, just gibberish. They're not saying, because they're not saying that Trump lost the 2020 election because Trump would just go ballistic, right? But their minds are not on counting the votes. The MAGA insurrectionists have their minds on the coup. I'm just telling you like I sees it, people. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already, and thank you. And please subscribe to my channel. Just going through holy hell trying to get those numbers up. All right, put a few things up there, few words about what you love about America. The coup is their goal. They are actively planning their violent coup. Another attempt on Trump at Coachella was stopped. Yes, I was talking about that earlier. It's called Riverside County. But if you, it is on my community page, the account of the sheriff talking about it. It will blow your mind. It will blow your mind, the sheriff talking about that. Oh, and thank you. Michelle's writing to YouTube to make a case for me. Help the psychic, damn it. That's not what she said. Yeah, that I can even do this. This is being in a democracy. Okay. I think it might be time for the song. Suddenly I have a frog in my throat. I said I'd answer a couple questions and then I'd play my song. My throat is trying to clear from myself to play the song. Nobody has heard this. So this song came to me. This is just, I don't know if any other psychics do this, right? The song came to me when I was just overrun with thoughts about the MAGAs and the things that I wanted to say to these people that are MAGAs and all that, okay? So it's called, must be the mold in the air. It's called Dangerous Fences. I don't know exactly what to do. I can see clearly I'm not getting through. It's like you're all in on bringing on the danger. You've decided we're all permanently strangers. Whoa, whoa. They say they'll take our freedom away. They promise they'll put women in their place. Are you just blind to what they are really up to? Winking at each other while they're saying that they love you. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Wake up, stop it, be real. What gives? What have they done to all your senses? Come back, talk straight, be real, don't hate. Stop building those dangerous fences. Whoa. They're calling it their Project 25. How could you miss that evil in their eyes? They're barely hiding their nefarious agenda. They are planning that they'll permanently end us. Whoa. Whoa. Wake up, stop it, be real. What gives? What have they done to all of your senses? Come back, talk straight, be don't hate, stop building those dangerous fences. Wake up, stop it, be real, what gives, what have they done to all your senses? Come back, talk straight, be real, don't hate, stop building those dangerous fences. You know, if there's anything that you do, thank you, to express what you're feeling, it's so important. It's so cathartic. I'm so grateful that I can put it into a song. Wake up, stop it, be real, what gives, what have they done to all your senses? I just heard it, so it's not recorded yet, but I will get it recorded. Thank you so much. Isn't that how you feel? Like, wake up, you guys. Wake up. That song will get some legs, and oh, Debbie likes that song best of all. Ooh, thanks. Meanwhile, back at the cards. Tell your friends, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, help me out. Just for the message to get out, you know? Let's switch to this other Halloween deck. Tonight is Midas Touch. I try to end right on time. Thank you for your compliments. And I hope that I expressed how you feel. I'm going to pull 3 cards. If there's any magas you want me to play that for, just call me and I'll play it for them. All right. 3 cards about America. Are we ready for this? You lost your brother and sister to MAGA? Have them call me. Have them call me. Yes, and Thomas is saying, did anyone hear Stevie Nicks' song on SNL called Lighthouse? Believe it or not, I happened to see that today and I went, oh my gosh. We're all feeling the feeling in the air because her song reminded me of my song. And I hadn't heard that. And Stevie Nicks is one of my heroes, really. I guess you say heroine for a woman. 3 cards about, are we ready for this? MAGA is mega frustrating, that's for sure. Okay. Are we ready for this? Yeah, it was the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing to see Stevie had written a song to wake people up to. After I had already written this. Send the song to MAGA. If I get it recorded, I can have you guys share. I'll check with the studio, see if they have time. Okay, so the question that I'm asking is, are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? I have the Strength card. Are we ready for the violence that they're planning? Because they're planning. Oh, you guys, several of you are talking about people that you know that are MAGA. That's a little disconcerting. We'll do a little bit more reading. Yeah, they have, and I've gotten this before too, our military, our intelligence, our FBI, this is why the MAGAs want to get rid of our intelligence agencies. because the intelligence agency, we have the most, I think we have the best military in the world. Thank you, Yogi Bear. It does appear that our intelligence agencies, they know a lot about what's going on. They know a lot. Love wins. I love it. Mary, thank you, Mary Starshine. That's helpful with people putting in the chat how their family members and friends are gone to MAGA. It's not as prevalent as it was. I always am struck by how many more Americans are paying attention than when election times come. I'm always struck, it feels like, by, like when Obama won the second time especially, I was like, wow, people really were paying attention. When Joe Biden won in 20, wow, people really were paying attention. Oh, is that what you were asking about, the appendix? I couldn't figure out what you guys were talking about. Yes, I do feel like that will be released by Judge Chutkin. I'm asking about, are we ready for the violence that they're threatening? And I'm getting a yes. And see, Frankenstein's in chains here, right? The Republicans created a monster, right? Frankenstein is nicer. Yeah, they're waking up one MAGA at a time. Thank you for saying that. I don't want to see in the chat, there's no changing their minds. That's way too absolute. That's way too absolute. I don't go for absolute. So we live in a world that's got a lot of gray areas, right? Nothing's absolute. Oh, interesting. Yogi Bear is saying, the government spent a lot to train me, and yes, I could go back in at my age and be like never left. Be like you never left. Good for you. Yes. And I know, and Kalani's saying if they do violence, they can all go to jail. Yes. And I know, like after 9/11, I know people from here, firefighters from here, they went right to New York. They were like, we're going in to help. In a crisis, people like retired military, people really step up. Warren saying, I understand that there are areas of Massachusetts and Maine where signs have been changed from the loser to Kamala Harris. Well, thank you. Yeah. What do you love about America? Throw it up there. We're going to pull 3 cards about Kamala Harris. You live in Florida and don't... Got your Harrison Waltz tiara. Yeah, it doesn't see 45 signs. Yes. So really, I feel like the challenge, our military will be ready. I definitely get that. And General Milley is really not mincing words when it comes to Trump. Yeah, we live in a beautiful country. Our diversity is, I agree. So our diversity, to me too, is the best part of America. I love meeting people from other cultures. And that's who we are. Being able to travel without a passport. We're reading things that people love about America. You can't fix what others say, but we can block what they may choose to do. Okay, and the other cultures, food from other cultures. Okay, 3 cards about Kamala. I'm gonna do blah 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 tonight. I just want to read what you all have to say. Three cards about Kamala. The PNN exists to keep you sane in an insane world. Thank you, Warren. Let's hear it. I haven't rung the bell tonight. And, I hope you guys feel a little special because nobody's heard that song until right now. Just me. Oh, well, I got Frankenstein again. I'm reading just about Harris. I'm reading about Harris, and I get this. I got Frankenstein again. And I have the Hangman, which is she's gonna get him. This is all Kamala's doing. There's a change of Trump's fortune. She's gonna get him. He's out there saying that Kamala is, using the R word to describe her mentality, and that she's really dumb, and she's lying. Now he's saying lying Kamala. What did she lie about? We got to talk to those MAGAs. I'm not opposed to that. Deb saying in her community, Harris Waltz outnumbers 2-1. I have tons of Harris signs around here. I've seen maybe 2 Trump signs. Remember, Biden has full immunity. Good point. The Wheel of Fortune means, I'm reading on Kamala. This is the emperor who has no clothes, who has a chain around him. Frankenstein is nicer. Yeah, signage, right. I know, Deb, that's what you're talking about. That's surrender. And this is a Wheel of Fortune turning against Trump. My reading tonight is making me feel better about everything that's going on. The cards look good. I do think that it would be helpful for us to write to the White House and to express that we're terrified of what, that Trump is just, he's acting exactly like Hitler. And we're done with that. Okay. Okay. 3 cards. Let's read on MAGA Mike. Just because. MAGA Mike deserves the nefarious cards. I just must. When I see MAGA Mike, I just see his wheels spinning. I mean, it's like he's not even really present. When you see MAGA Mike, I'm just throwing things. When you see MAGA Mike being interviewed, he's not even present. His wheels are turning around in his head. I don't know if he's an air sign. Yeah, I think I saw a clip of Face the Nation. It was a Sunday show. Must have been. Dad joke. Customer, I'd like a pizza delivered, but it will be long. No, round. Darren saying, I love how very generous most Americans are. I love how generous you are. Thank you. Yeah, so MAGA Mike, I should just attempt to read his mind telepathically, because maybe I am. I see his wheels are turning in his head while he's at those interviews, thinking about how they're going to do the coup. And it kind of shows, because he's not answering the questions. He's just answering the questions really badly. It's a train wreck to watch MAGA Mike now being interviewed. There's a whole lot of pressure on that guy. So I'm going to pull 3 cards. And let me just gripe about the way that they treat the person who's interviewing them. Especially if it's a woman. Have you noticed this? Like Dana Bash and the other women that have interviewed these MAGA idiots, J.D. Vance and MAGA Mike and the rest of them. They do this thing, like J.D. was like, well, Dana. They have this condescending way. Kevin McCarthy did that a lot, but J.D. and MAGA Mike, they're the worst. Margaret, like, oh, you're so stupid. Oh, let me set you straight because you're so dumb. That condescending tone. It makes me crazy. 3 cards on MAGA Mike. All right. The Hermit. There are people that are planning the coup that don't like MAGA Mike. Let me mansplain this to you. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Queen of Cups keeps coming up. The Queen of Cups represents Kamala Harris a lot, but, these cards that I'm reading they're not very pretty. It's just the deck. Yeah, magasplaining. They're mansplaining, right? You men know what that means? They're mansplaining, but it's worse than that. They're looking down their noses at the interviewer as if she's so stupid. They treat, oh, you're so stupid. It's so annoying. So Maga Mike, oh yeah, judgment, out in the cold, Queen of Cups. There it is. Yeah, we need to support the candidates. All red. Let's read on that. Let's go back to the nice cards, the nice Halloween cards. Colin Allred needs to be. Yeah, they're all so rude, aren't they? That's trademark. They're just so rude. They talk over the interviewer all the time. It's so rude. It's horrible. Yeah. Colin Allred, yeah, he will win. Thank you, Betty. Little bell for Betty. Ooh, that's a high bell. These bells are from a viewer in Montana. This is a Ganesh bell. Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. Everyone, make sure you meditate a lot. Yeah, no class. No class. They don't know the meaning of class. All they know is greed and horribleness. 3 cards about Colin Allred. Like how he's doing there. Ted Cruz is going to be very upset. That's what I get. Colin Allred. Oh yeah, he's going to stand out. Ted Cruz is going to be out in the cold. The star is the United States. Texas wants somebody other than Cruz. Anybody but Cruz. Right? All right, what are we saying? Will Kamala, as president of the Senate, be certifying the Electoral College vote? Yes. MAGA will have a fit. MAGA's having a fit that she's going to go on Fox and Brett Baer is going to interview her. They have a problem with everything. Dad joke, patient. Doctor, I need a cure for my paranoia. Doctor, welcome. We've been expecting you. I got to think about that one. It's kind of funny. All right, let's, we might have to read some tea leaves now. We had lots of things going on tonight. But I have to tell you, after reading on a few things tonight, I feel better. You see Cruz behind bars running from Bubba, just because the cards gave some pretty favorable readings. I could get in the studio and record that song. Read on Sherrod Brown. Well, and when I do, I will let you know. I just got to call up the studio and see if they can get me in for an hour. Thank you. You like the song? Is Sherrod Brown gonna win in Ohio? Yes. You feel better too? I'm glad. Because, you know, we're all one mind and we're all coming together for the same purpose. And, so good to see me smile. Are people, have I been a bitch or like, I mean, my recollection is that I kind of laughed through my whole show. So I don't know why people are saying, oh, it's good to see you're happy again. There'll be some changes happening. Sometimes when change is happening, it gets a little serious. Oh, you can feel my frustration? If you're not frustrated, you're not paying attention, right? Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, if that's what you mean, I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's hard. That's why I like that we come together and we have Thomas with the dad jokes and we lighten it up as much as we can, because this is serious. We have a Hitler in our hands. And many of us are absolutely terrified because we know what happened in Germany. We also know what happened to Mussolini. Net's always happy after she sings. I played 2 original songs yesterday at Church of Spirituality. Check that out. We have tea leaves. And then we can watch Midas Touch. Alright, I'm the new Joan Baez. She wasn't a huge influence. Neil Young was a huge influence, and Stevie Nicks was a huge influence. And Dylan and many others. Many others. John Denver, huge. You got an idiot on the run singing what song? The God Bless the USA? Joni Mitchell, big influence, yep. Okay, what have we here? We have a parrot. No, well, maybe that's a bunny. Looked like a parrot at first. It looks like a bird on a branch, doesn't it? Thank you, Sharon, for putting my information up. Oh, thanks, Tina. That's a compliment. Yeah, love Stevie. What have we here? We have a lot in Venus. A lot going on in Venus. There's a person here who's kind of behind a cloak. I feel like that's indicating that the women are sort of in the background right now. You thought that was a scorpion? I see the women I'm getting the sense of women hiding in the background a little bit. They're coming out. Oh yeah, huge Neil Young fan. I love him. In fact, the guy that worked on my record worked with Neil too. All right. That looks a little bit like a cane. I feel like that's saying that Trump is becoming a little bit unsteady on his feet. I feel like the women are we're waiting. We're not hiding, we're waiting. When the women start, it's going to start to be visible, right? Yeah, Pete Seeger, Olive Guthrie. A bunny on a rock. This feels more like a bird to me. There's a lot of good messages that are coming in. Birds are messengers. That looks a little bit like a peacock. Okay. These men are actually afraid of the women. The men are actually afraid of the women. The women are like behind the scenes because the men don't know what power the women are going to wield from behind the scenes. That's all Venus. MAGA Mike has blank eyes. Yeah, he's evil. Yeah, it looks like there's so much going on here. There's birds. There's a woman being shrouded. There's men posing like peacocks. There's also a rooster here. So the men are trying to steal all the spotlight and say like, "Oh, we're going to control the women." They're not. Some men are afraid of women power. That's the understatement of the day. Very interesting. It's 8 o'clock and we usually watch Midas Touch. They should be very afraid. Those MAGA men that are trying to control the women, they should be afraid. Once they threatened women's health care, they lost. Yeah. So let's keep the faith. Get out there and vote early. Thank you for being here. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. Help me to get my numbers up. I can't do it myself. I'm doing too many things myself. I'm starting to ask for help. All right. Well, vote early and often. My website has a new look, so go to psychicannetdion.com to book a session. And we'll see you soon. All right. Thank you. Bye.